Good morning, traders. It is Tuesday, June 3rd. It is an awesome summer day, at least where I am, so it feels amazing. My daughter's doing a 12-hour running race, which I tried to participate, but they only let students do it. But fundraiser for Cancer Society here in Canada. And anyway, amazing day for her to be out running with our little relay team going at it. Anyways, taking a look at the markets, we have equities trading a little mixed. We've got the Russell up a quarter. We got the Dow and S&P 500 down a quarter. NASDAQ's down about 0.1%. Overall, the market is pretty much doing what we've been expecting. We had a big sell-off, which actually, if we take a look at the strategy here, our strategy said to get out before the market started to really sell off. It's gone into this huge washout low. It is now stabilized. We are long the markets. We've hit a target. It has built a bull flag, primed and ready to push potentially to new all-time highs. And we are just going to continue to follow the market. When it tells us to get out, we get out and move to something else. When it says to get in, we get back in. It doesn't matter what or why it does. We just follow price. We follow the momentum, the waves that roll through these markets. If you like the analysis that I share here on YouTube, you can always get my exact trade alerts, know exactly what I'm buying, how much, all of our targets and stops with the ETFs if you go to my website, thetechnicaltraders.com. Again, YouTube is just my high-level analysis. If you actually want the trades and to be able to profit from rising and falling markets and how we just walk through the markets no matter what happens, there's always a way to position ourselves to pull money out of it. As I show you, you can get those signals here at thetechnicaltraders.com, and you'll notice it is a very different financial experience when you understand how the markets move and you follow them and you actually manage your risk and positions. Now, if we take a look at where money is flowing today, so it is starting to come back into equities. They're a little bit of a breather yesterday after the afternoon kind of push up. We do have bonds up about 0.5%. Again, they're still trending down, not looking the greatest. You could argue this might be a little bull flag if it can get traction and prove itself. But again, in the grand scheme of things, it is trading lower. And if we just zoom in, you can see here, we talked about this yesterday, bonds pushed up into an overbought territory. This red shaded background tells us that this is actually a sell short, generates an SS signal saying, hey, it's in a downtrend. It is now overbought and likely it is going to get sold down. And that's what we've seen so far. So the short-term analysis of these overbought, these oversold conditions, our FOMO, again, you can always learn that in my book, Technical Trading Mastery. Chapter 10, 11, and 12 is how to identify trends. 11 is the overbought, oversold. And then 12 is the FOMO, the panic selling bottom, like pick market lows, and the FOMO tops where it generates sell signals, all of that. And of course, if you like the asset revesting strategy, which is the red chart, green bars and red bars telling us when to get in, when to get out, that's our asset revesting strategy. You can learn more to get comfortable with the strategies if you're already following and executing those trades. The more you know, the more you feel in tune with things, the more you trust the strategy, and the less emotional it is so you don't skip trades and all of that stuff. Anyways, taking a look at where else money is flowing today, we do have the dollar up 0.5% this morning. So dollar up, gold down for today. We've got a little bit of a bounce. The dollar is definitely struggling. It has shifted from a series of bearish patterns to it kind of looks like it's trying to hold a bottom here. This is a slow drift down. It'll be very interesting if it can get some traction. If the stock market does put in a top over the next couple of weeks, I do think the dollar will put in a bottom. But the dollar is up a little bit today, and that is putting a bit of pressure on gold. For a couple of reasons, gold, I think, is down. The dollar is up, but also it had a huge move yesterday. And typically after a very strong move, a little bit of a profit-taking phase kicks in. And of course, we do have these kind of, we're poking up into these highs. There'll be some resistance up here as well, so sellers will step in. If we take a look over at silver, down 0.33%. Silver had a massive pop right up into resistance. It's, again, doing the same thing, taking a breather, lots of volume. So it's definitely stuck at with some resistance there today. But again, gold and silver are still in a bullish environment. You do not want to fight them. You don't want to bet on them falling. Either you're long or you're watching them continue to go higher and waiting for a new opportunity to take advantage of the market. If we do take a look at Bitcoin, it's up 0.8% this morning. It has been fading down, pulling back a little bit, which visually looks pretty in sync. We had a pretty long run, and then we had a nice big pause. We've had a pretty long run, and we're having a fairly significant pause and pullback. It actually looks very measured. In fact, if we zoom out, obviously we are trading up into no man's land, into all-time highs, and into resistance, this previous top. The big question is, does this become a triple top, or is this, to me, the price looks like it's eating through resistance. It's just a matter of time. If the stock market rips higher, which it looks like it's going to, we're probably going to see Bitcoin take off as well. And Bitcoin's tagging the 20-day moving average, which is a good sign. And if we take a look at our indicator over here, we are dipping into, it's hit an oversold territory. It's tagged the 20-day moving average. So bargain hunters should step in, support, and should technically drive it higher. When we are in a green bar environment, which is a short-term uptrend, after we get oversold, typically we start to see the price move higher. So that's the big turning point for Bitcoin and the stock market, is we need to see which way they're going to go. Everything is at a major resistance, Bitcoin and the stock market, and they move together mostly. So whichever way the stock market goes, like the S&P 500, is probably going to be whichever way Bitcoin goes, because everything kind of follows or is related to the S&P 500 money flows, if either it's in or out, and how it reflects and reacts other assets. Other than that, let's take a look at the big picture here. This is going all the way back to 2000, the 2000 COVID crash year. Big V-shaped recovery. It went into a consolidation, built some energy, had a nice big push up, and then built some energy, another pause, and another push. You could argue this could be very similar. We've got a big pause. We've had that big washout low that we saw and saw unfold with the panic levels. So this market could want to push higher. And if there's good news with China, there's, I think the president's trying to get a meeting going on there. Who knows? There could be another big push or wave higher. And this is why we have to follow price. As bearish as I am, and I feel like the economy and things are eventually going to roll over and have a massive wipeout low, we don't want to fight that. We're not picking the trends. And I know a lot of people are like, well, why are we long? Or, if you're so bearish, again, we follow price. We have no idea what's going to happen next, and we just follow the money flows and the strength of those waves. If the wave is strong, we get on, we ride it. After COVID crash here, everybody pretty much thought the market was going to go down. It was the end of the world, and it ended up having one of the biggest rallies and strongest pushes we've seen. So that is why we don't trade what we think or feel. We trade exactly what the chart is painting and telling us to do, and we use strategies to manage our risk and portfolio positions. Other than that, I think that's it. Keep it short and sweet. I will be away Wednesday. I might be able to get a video out, or I might do one tonight. I will be away with my daughter for Ultimate Frisbee tournament, which I used to play Ultimate Frisbee as well when I was younger. So I'm looking forward to helping and coaching the kids for the tournament tomorrow. And then Thursday, Friday are going to be my last 2 days. I'll be off to Kilimanjaro for a couple of weeks with my best friend, and we're going to have a hell of an adventure. So anyways, we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.